What's up?
My name is Charlie Hollis. I have been with the organization and doing Aikido for 35 years. I'm a retired New York City police officer and investigator for the police department. I started training in 1982. It was at a Buddhist temple in New York City, and I trained there under Sadaiki Sensei. I worked in the Bronx, in the most dangerous square mile in America statistically. It's a mile square precinct. And in that mile square precinct, they averaged 96 murders a year. Bullying is a chronic issue that just recently, I think, is starting to get the view and the attention that should have happened a long time ago. This was something me and my team did because we wanted to understand how we could help, right? So we did it as sort of a sidebar to our domestic violence investigations and arrests and things we had to do. I would hazard a guess that it is the leading component for adolescent and young adult suicides.
Hey, it's you again. Where you going, huh?
Hey, just leave me alone, man.
Or what?
What we recommend at the school is 3 months of learning the techniques. I demonstrate it, you practice it, I correct it. Then we take the second 3 months and we put you in the freestyle class, where I say for 2 minutes these two people are going to attack you, one with a knife, one without a knife. You're going to do it with your eyes closed, with only grabs. Then if you leave with the ability to do it.
Hey, it's you again.
I will say that if you commit for 6 months, you can defend yourself. You commit permanently, you can defend yourself and you'll be in a position where you'll never have to prove that. My teacher used to say, when you learn a martial art, every move you make reflects the fact that you know it. And the need to prove it goes out the window.
My name is Charles Hollis, Jr., and I've been in Aikido for about 10 years now. I'm in 10th grade. Aikido is based around fighting, but it's also a Buddhist martial art, which means that it's also centered around peace and meditation. The balance is found within that martial art, as many others are based entirely around fighting or entirely around Zen. Aikido is very much for defense. The attacks are where, like, one were to punch, this is what you would do. There's really no initiation of an attack. What we do is where it's like different body types that we work with. Like, sometimes I work with people that are adults and that are way taller than me. But what Aikido is trying to teach is not to fear them. Along with many people, the mindset that if there's 2 people, there's 3 people. If there's 3 people, there's 4 people. So, you always got to have the mentality that there are going to be other attackers, or that they are going to be bigger than you. And that's what Aikido is about. It's about overcoming the fear of that.
My name is Slava Zoltanogov. I've been practicing Aikido for the past 5 years. I guess one of the differentiating points of Aikido for me would be that it's a principle-based approach, and in this case, in this school, weekly Jivaza practice. So it's weekly sparring that allows you to apply all the techniques you learn, and essentially in a manner that's probably the closest that you can encounter in a real life in the street. But that's a very distinct sort of moment where you realize some nuance that before somehow wasn't apparent. It's not something that not necessarily new, it's just a realization, like additional meaning open up to you of the sort of the technique that you knew.
One day you realize when 3 people are attacking you in the street, it's not an attack anymore as much as just simply jiawaza. In my mind, when people would get up and swing at me in an apartment, it went from my normal response of I'm being attacked and I've got to recognize the attack and respond to it, and I don't know how much force to use, right? To simply being a chance to practice again. And that's where you have to get to. It's simply, anytime you're if you're a kid being bullied in school, it's simply jiawaza. It's just the opportunity to practice. When you make it more than that, you fall into that victim mentality where it's fight, flight, or freeze. And that's the ones you pick from. But the minute you push that aside, and it's just simply a chance to practice techniques that I practice once or twice a week on the mat, the anxiety level drops because I leave the victim status and the victim mindset out of the mix. And as a cop, that was crucial.
I'd actually say it works very well. And I've actually done it before, like not as the bully obviously, but there have been some cases that I've had to, I guess, intervene on. Like I've seen the kid shove somebody, so I of course come in, just make him stop. That's not really the aggressor kind of thing, but it's the bullying aspect and the psychological trauma that's within that. And I don't want people to have psychological trauma, so I try to stop that if I can. I don't do it because I'm bullied, but I do it for the mere purpose of relaxation because there's so much stress and there's so many problems in school. So this is kind of a way to get out of that. Just about an hour or 2 hours, just think about only Aikido and the techniques therein. Bullying is not just physical harm, but it's also psychological harm. And the thing about it is that someone who is bullied and doesn't speak up or doesn't fight back, they're going to have to live with that for the rest of their lives. So what I ask is that you would come here to where you can keep your pride, keep your dignity with yourself, and finally stand up to that bully.
I opened the school because I wanted to run it not-for-profit. I take no money from this school. There is dues that are paid by people who are there. There are dues that are forfeited because they fall under our bullying mission. So we don't charge those people. I pay rent at the place I'm at. The rest of it goes into a 501c3 account, and it's used for the school home. I don't even take gas money out of it or lunch money or anything. I do it because I really believe that we can help people. And I have had success stories. I've helped a young lady where she doesn't cut herself anymore. I helped 2 young men who were brutalized to the point that they were thinking about going out of school into private school, and they're not now. They're not bullied anymore. I've had and currently have sexual assault victims that were bullied and sexually assaulted that I think the dojo helps them by giving them confidence and gives them the power to take control of their own decisions. And that's the reason I do it. All you have to do is help 1 or 2. It's 1 or 2. And you've justified, having it.
I just love it that it's small, you know everyone's names, and you get to learn just wonderful skills to defend yourself, and then you feel like at home. With Aikido, it's close combat. So it really is, you can handle a situation very subtly. With Taekwondo, then you do your kicks and your punches. Those, I guess, you bring more attention. So if you don't want to escalate a situation, Aikido is just perfect. You don't have to incapacitate the person, but once they know that you can inflict pain, they will think twice. When somebody grabs someone, either they want attention or show them that they're stronger than you, you can totally do Nikio and you will get out of that situation. And that's all you need to do, get out of the situation and leave. I think it's important that we have to think that we're all that child. We need the village to help us. And if you do go through a difficult situation, know that you're not alone and that we are out here to help you, because we want to help one person at a time, and everyone is special to us.